Welcome back, Bougie Gang. Pull up, pull up, pull up. We have to talk. Guys, yesterday there was a rumor which began circulating on Twitter about a possible motive for the police brutality which resulted in Tyre Nichols' death. Y'all, now I want several things to happen before I show you this video. I want you to be objective and actively listen to what is being said in the video. And then I want you to formulate your own opinion and please comment on it. I also want you to be honest and tell me if you yourself had kind of leaned toward this conclusion yourself when you first heard about this. I want you, if you have any knowledge of this is in fact police culture, that things like this do happen that don't get talked about in the media, please let me know. And I want you to be honest if you feel like this is not even remotely possible. When I first heard the rumor, I was adamant that absolutely not. Absolutely not. So you mean to tell me, you are trying to tell me that 5 to 6 other police officers who are not Demetrius Haley risked it all, risked everything, threw their lives away, their families, trashed through their families' futures, all for Demetrius Haley? That's what you're trying to tell me? And, for a lot of people who, were focused on the fact that they were black and asking questions, how could this be white supremacy? Non-white people can uphold white supremacy. Now that you know that there's a white officer that has been involved, we have to look at police culture and the fact that it is rooted in white supremacy. And the black officers that work for the police department are upholding white supremacy by using tactics that have preserved white supremacy to this day. So now that we can move past that, let's get back to this next video. A YouTuber was diligent in his research and putting together a possible motive, an explanation, none that is justified, but makes matters, in my opinion, 10 times worse. And if it is true that this was premeditated, then all charges should be increased to first-degree murder. Take a listen.
And my man hasn't been wrong, and from what I'm putting together, it seems pretty far on right now with everything being leaked. Apparently, Tyre, they were looking at the phone, looking for his picture, trying to figure out if it was him. He was targeted for murder. He was somebody, and the baby daddy got upset, used the police database to track his registration, his car. That's why they didn't care about the car.
And somebody, Andrea Mitchell, says on that video, we think it's him. We're trying to verify that I hope when they catch him that they stomp him.
That's why they didn't care about trying to find. They needed him. They wanted him. They didn't care about making an arrest. And as you could hear, they were also arrested or trying to pull over, which is not part of the Scorpion unit. They're there for drugs and high-end crimes, not for traffic violations that do not require physical force. We're talking citations. Driving erratic.
The fact that nobody can reasonably articulate why they stopped him in the first place. You hear them on the audio trying to say, oh, he was driving reckless. Then they say he was going down the road the wrong way. Well, we don't see any evidence of that whatsoever. And so we have to get to the bottom of everything that led to the death of Tyre Nichols.
So I can already feel the vibes right now. Everybody's like, so Norm, are you going to show us the baby mama? What have you found? I found the baby mama. So digging through public records, came up on Tanisha Jeffries. Now, she has been living on and off with him within her family's houses with her, it looks like her mother. Now, as far as their background, this kind of puts it at odds. Justice was served on January 12th at apparently 2:35 p.m. her time whoever Flannel Venom is, and it said here, "We did it, baby." So I don't know what this says in here because I don't have that eye for that kind of art. But as far as anything else is concerned, without trying to exploit the numerous kids that this woman has, there is the oldest child, and I'm not going to show her face on here, but she looks dead on. Trust me, that is his baby mama. Now, unfortunately, this reminds me of one of my grandfather's lessons, one of the few he was able to teach before he died. There are so many men in the graveyard, young men in the graveyard, behind a woman. And this lesson right here, if this is the case, wow, he was spot on. Not only was he killed but the dude that she didn't want used the whole police force to murder him.
If your compassion in your heart is empty, I pray you find clarity. You beat a father to death that never even had felonies. Officer, this is why it's a necessity that you find serenity. Essentially, we want you to respect us or you're going to continue to feel this hell.
Now remember, it has not been substantiated or proven whether Tyre Nichols was in a relationship with Demetrius Haley, baby's mother, as that we know of. What we do know is that as of to date, there has been no valid reason for the traffic stop. So keep those things in mind. And also, too, shout out to Norman Nix. His investigative research was really good and eye-opening and thought-provoking and informative. And also, too, follow at Bougie in Atlanta and join the Bougie Gang. Peace.